Jacob Fatu's promo from Saturday night's main event caught Bayley's attention. On X/Twitter, she sent a message to the 32-year-old superstar. Fatu was in action against Braun Strowman at Saturday night's main event. While the match ended in a DQ, the Samoan werewolf got the last laugh as he left the former Universal Champion in a bloody mess. Saturday night's main event marked Fatu's second ever televised singles match in WWE. Unfortunately for the Samoan werewolf, he lost the bout via DQ after attacking the official. However, he stood tall following a brutal assault on Strowman. Jacob Fatu has terrorized the WWE roster since his debut. The former MLW heavyweight champion even claimed that he was just getting started following Solo Sikoa's loss to Roman Reigns in Tribal Combat on RAW's Netflix premiere. Fatu's feud with Strowman began the night Sikoa walked out of the arena, refusing to break his silence on the defeat. The former Universal Champion saved LA Knight from a 2-on-1 situation against the Bloodline. On the final SmackDown before Saturday night's main event, Fatu and Strowman briefly brawled before Tonga prevented his stablemate from engaging in further action. Bayley, the role model of WWE, was no stranger to making her voice heard. Her unmatched charisma and unapologetic attitude had earned her respect and disdain alike within the world of professional wrestling. But when Jacob Fatu, the powerhouse of the Samoan dynasty, caused absolute chaos on live WWE television, it wasn't just the fans who were left in shock. Bayley felt compelled to speak her mind. Jacob Fatu's actions during the high-stakes main event on SmackDown had sent shockwaves throughout the WWE Universe. Fatu, known for his dominance in other wrestling promotions, made an unannounced and electrifying debut on Wwe's flagship program. The sheer brutality of his attack on some of Wwe's top superstars, including Roman Reigns and JUSO, left commentators speechless and fans buzzing on social media. As a member of the extended Samoan wrestling family, Fatu's betrayal felt deeply personal, igniting an unexpected rift within the Bloodline story that had captivated audiences for years. Bayley had been watching from backstage. Though not directly involved in the Bloodline saga, she had always prided herself on keeping her finger on the pulse of Wwe's most compelling narratives. And Jacob Fatu's sudden, destructive entrance demanded a response. Later that night, Bayley took to social media to send a message to Jacob Fatu. Her tweet, dripping with a mix of sarcasm and unmistakable authority, read, "Congrats on making the biggest impression, Jacob Fatu. Sure, taking out Roman and Jay on live TV is one way to make a debut. But just remember, when you play with fire, especially Samoan fire, you might get burned. Don't expect any handshakes or lay garlands after that stunt. #role model." The tweet immediately caught fire. Fans and wrestling insiders alike dissected Bayley's words, debating whether this was a sincere warning or the beginning of something more. Would Bayley align herself with the Bloodline to restore order? Or was this her way of setting up a confrontation with Jacob Fatu on her terms? But Bayley wasn't finished. Just hours after her tweet, Wwe's digital team shared an exclusive video of Bayley confronting Jacob Fatu backstage. The clip, which quickly racked up millions of views, showcased a tense exchange that blurred the lines between scripted drama and genuine tension. The video opened with Bayley walking purposefully down a dimly lit corridor, her black leather jacket gleaming under the fluorescent lights. Her expression was a mixture of disdain and curiosity. She finally found Jacob Fatu leaning against a wall, his imposing frame exuding both confidence and menace. He looked up as Bayley approached, a sly grin spreading across his face. "So, this is the guy everyone's talking about," Bayley began, her voice steady but laced with sarcasm. "Jacob Fatu, the supposed wrecking ball of the Samoan dynasty. You know, I've been in this business long enough to know that shocking debuts are a dime a dozen. But disrespecting family, that's a whole other level of stupid." Fatu chuckled, his deep voice rumbling like distant thunder. "And who are you to lecture me about family, huh? Last I checked, you're not bloodline. You're not one of us." Bayley smirked, unfazed by his towering presence. "You're right, I'm not. But I've shared the ring with Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Solo. I've fought beside them, against them, and everything in between. I understand respect, something you clearly forgot the moment you stepped into their house and tore it apart." Fatu stepped closer, his grin fading as his eyes narrowed. "Respect. Let me tell you something, Bayley. Respect isn't given, it's taken. And tonight, I took it. Roman and Jay needed a reminder that they're not untouchable. The bloodline's been running the show for too long, and it's about time someone shook things up." Bayley crossed her arms, tilting her head as she studied him. "You think you shook things up? All you did was paint a target on your back. And trust me, Roman doesn't miss. You've got talent, Jacob. I'll give you that. But talent only gets you so far when you're fighting against your own blood." The tension in the air was palpable as the two stared each other down. For a moment, it seemed like the confrontation might escalate. But then Fatu stepped back, his grin returning. "You've got guts, Bayley. I'll give you that," he said, his tone softer, but still dangerous. "But guts don't mean much when you're standing in my way. Stay out of my business, and maybe I'll let you walk out of here without a scratch." Bayley's eyes narrowed, her smirk widening. "Careful, Jacob. Threatening me is a rookie mistake. And trust me, I've made a career out of teaching rookies like you some hard lessons. Welcome to WWE, big guy. You're going to need all the luck you can get." With that, Bayley turned on her heel and walked away, leaving Fatu standing alone in the corridor. The video ended, but the buzz it generated continued to grow. Fans speculated about what this could mean for Bayley's role in the ongoing Bloodline saga. Would she step up to defend Roman and Jay, or was this all part of a larger plan to position herself as the ultimate opportunist? In the weeks that followed, Bayley's feud with Jacob Fatu became one of the most talked about storylines in WWE. Their verbal sparring matches on social media and live TV kept fans on the edge of their seats. Bayley, ever the master manipulator, used her platform to rally support for the bloodline while subtly planting seeds of doubt about their unity. Meanwhile, Fatu continued to wreak havoc, targeting anyone who dared to stand in his way. The rivalry eventually culminated in a high-stakes mixed tag match at a premium live event, with Bayley teaming up with JUSO to take on Jacob Fatu and a mystery partner. The match was a spectacle, showcasing not only Fatu's incredible athleticism, but also Bayley's cunning and resilience. In the end, it was Bayley's quick thinking and a perfectly timed interference by Roman Reigns that secured the victory for her team.